Welcome back to the Loveland Report and Lone Ranger Show. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. We've been talking about everything going on in the market. I'm Cleve Loveland alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger. I'm going to talk about real estate planning this segment. I've got some listings I'm going to jump into here, Bruce. I have got commercial property, US 1 in Cocoa, 3,000 square foot heated building with 4 acres for $1.2 million. I've got a starter home in Deltona, 309. Solar panels are on this one. Also storage batteries. Best price for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot, 2-car garage house in Deltona right now. And that's a big market too. I've got $2.48 million for your lakefront estate. The dock was just rebuilt on this property. We had some feedback about they wanted to have the dock rebuilt. So the owner says, I'll rebuild the dock. 3-car garage, 4,500 square feet, master upstairs, master downstairs, media room, den, gym. You've got all ensuite bathrooms, totally remodeled for $2.48 million in Dr. Phillips. I've got $380,000 in Kissimmee, and that's for a starter home. Great home there for 1,800 square feet. The builder's selling the same one, well over $400,000. In the Oaks at Kelly Park, I've got a Toll Brothers house. They build an awesome home,
really nice,
all custom, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,500 square feet for $670,000. I've got a neat executive style 0 lot line house. And sometimes 0 lot lines, you got smaller homes. This house is 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, plus an upstairs bonus room, $800,000 in Griffin Park in Lake Mary. Right there. I mean, you drive out the back gate, you're in the shopping center.
You want a luxury home then.
It's a luxury home with no big yard, no maintenance.
That's perfect.
This one's got a primo location by the pool. Gorgeous luxury vinyl flooring throughout. The owner left all of his receivers. He left about $30,000 in sound equipment inside. I've got a starter home in Polk City. I've got a single wide manufactured home for $160,000, 800 square feet on the water on a skiable lake. And then I've got some land here, Bruce, I want to talk about. I've got a 5-acre parcel. I got a 10-acre parcel, and I got a commercial, a 2-acre parcel. And all of those, we're going to talk about construction perms, but I've got those listed. If you want to build your custom home, call me. I've got all kinds of land available. The stuff is popping up. It's been hard to find land for a while. A lot of people thought they were going to be able to sell it to the builders, but there's requirements coming up on those things they can't. So this is going to be a great place for your farm, for your homestead, for your family compound. Call me. I've got vacant land starting from actually from $150,000 on up to $600,000.
Well, that's great. And if you would like to get pre-qualified for any of those homes, just call me right now. We can do a quick pre-qualification. Remember, the Lone Ranger only pulls a soft credit pull. We don't want to do anything to tarnish your credit. So we'll do a soft credit pull to get things started. You can call me now at 407-250-9144. Construction perms, build your own home, custom, semi-custom. We've got the builders we can connect you with, the trusted builders that are going to build this on your own lot. Not these production builders aren't going to build on your own lot. So you need a builder that's going to work with you on that. I can help you out with that. The Lone Ranger, 407-250-9144. Get started right now by completing your application. Simple and easy at WeBringYouHome.com.
And if you need information on those homes, call me at 407-352-8118. It always amazes me, Bruce. I drive by real estate office on the weekend. There's nobody there. I'm working every weekend. I don't know where everybody else is at.
I don't know where they're at either.
We will answer you live this weekend if you hear this show, if those listings sound interesting to you, or you want to talk about your next real estate plan. We're going to dig into that in a second. Whatever you're thinking about doing this year or next year, let me know. I'm here to help.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of great opportunities. We do believe that now is an awesome time to buy a home. Prices are stable. So you're not seeing a huge amount of appreciation. You're seeing a normal amount of appreciation. Yeah, 3%. But I'm going to tell you folks, here's why I'm really pushing purchasing now, because as soon as these interest rates drop into the 5s, you are going to see a surge in the market. Everyone that's sitting on the fence, and it's probably you're sitting on the fence going, I don't know. I don't like the prices. I think they're at an all-time high. Hey, newsflash, they're always at an all-time high. They're never at an all-time low. It's not going to happen. You're never going to see an all-time low.
You're not going to go back and buy a house like Granny did for $3,000.
Granted, I understand interest rates are a little higher than you like, and they're higher than they're going to be. But here's why you don't wait for them to drop. When they drop, you will pay the difference in the price of the house. You might as well buy it now and refi. You'll pay more
on the price.
You'll pay more. Well, what I mean is you won't save money by getting a lower interest rate in the future because you'll pay more for the home. That's what I meant to say in that. So buy now. When you refinance with me, if I do your mortgage and I refinance it, you don't pay any lender fees. You pay no lender fees. And in many cases, I can transfer your escrow so that you don't have to rebuild your escrow account. It saves you thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of dollars. So don't wait to buy when rates drop. Don't think the market's going to crash. There's no possibility that, unless we literally get nuked by Putin, there's no possibility that real estate is going to crash.
Did you have to say that? All right. So prices are doing well. That's the thing. I mean, buy now, especially if you're renting. You need to go. You need to make that a priority to buy. I had somebody whining to me the other day about how they got divorced 5 years ago and sold the house and they should have kept it and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, fine, great, get over it. That's in the past. You need to focus on getting something now. They're supposed to call you. In fact, when we get off, if they haven't called you, we're going to talk about this person after the show. They need to call you now, get qualified, get out there and start looking, educate yourself. And when I talk about real estate planning, this applies to everybody. You know, you've probably got if you're smart, you got a good amount of money, you probably got a financial planner, and you probably have an estate planner. A real estate planner, this is how I present my practice to people. I want to be with you for 10, 20, 30 years, help your kids buy something. But the thing is, when do you sell? What do you do to your home? You know, I had somebody call me last week, Bruce, wanting to do it was like $180,000 pool at their very, very nice home. And I said, but aren't you, the kids are in high school. When they're done, aren't you going to be selling? I said, you know, conservative. And I know you can trim that price down. Can you get that down to $120? You know, it's a nice neighborhood. I'm like, get that down from 180 to 120. You know, I said, that'd probably be the smart thing to do, you know? And the one thing that's funny, Bruce, if you talk to anybody who's got grandkids and they buy the big mansion, so they think the grandkids will come over every weekend. It's almost like the condo at the beach. Everybody thinks they're going to use it every weekend.
I have that house.
Don't. Yes, you do.
I have that house. And believe me,
I can help you whether you're thinking about selling something now or next year, buying something. What's the right time to buy? How do you sell the big home, buy the little home? You're on 5 acres. You want to get back down to 1. You have 5 rental properties. When do you buy more or sell? How old are you? What's your financial planner say? Between me and your financial planner, we'll get you a very solid retirement program.
Yep. So, and I want to do a couple of shout outs. First of all, I want to do a shout out to my beautiful wife, Michelle. We're celebrating our 30th year anniversary in our marriage. On Tuesday at the 19th, and my son and daughter are born on the same day, 5 years apart, March 18th. So I want to say happy birthday to Chase and Paige. I love you so much. You're the best children a parent could ever ask for, and I'm blessed to have you. So happy birthday, Chase and Paige. I'm just couldn't tell you how proud I am of you as a father. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I enjoy your weekend. And
how'd you do that? Both kids on the same day?
Well,
Michelle crossed her legs and just held on for dear
that's right.
life?
I have one day a year is my day, buddy. That's it. That's my day. So and I'm going to use it, by God. So anyway, getting back to business, let's talk about the Fed. So there's a lot of things happen. We had a giant bond sell off. That meaning the government's trying to raise money. They need money, so they're selling off mortgage-backed securities. So there's a big sell off. It caused a little bit of hysteria in the market. We had the CPI came out much higher than expected and knocked the rates off their heels a little bit, but not as much as people thought they were. I think that we're going to settle back down, and we should see a little bit of an improvement.
My FedWatch tool, the website I check, it's always right. It's a 99% consensus
that we will not
change rates.
That's right.
They will not change.
That is correct. So if you are thinking about doing something and you're waiting for rates to drop, they're not going to drop anytime soon. And I don't expect even at the next Fed meeting that we're going to have any type of a rate drop. But the good news is that if the economy settles a little bit, you're going to continue to see rates drop, even though the Fed's not dropping rates. Keeping in mind that mortgages are tied to mortgage-backed securities, not to the Fed rate. The Fed rate doesn't really have any direct impact. The other thing is, I want to give a shout out to Trinity Family Home Builders. If you want a new construction from a great builder, call me now. I can get you connected with all their salespeople in all their communities. And then Southern Homes out of Lakeland, great builder. We're going to be doing construction perm loans for them. So I want to give a great shout out to
construction perm.
Construction perm
that
loans.
Land I talked about. Somebody's got their lot. They want to build on.
So this is a builder that chooses to use our construction perm program, not build with their own lines of credit. So this is a great product for you. And if you're looking in the Lakeland area, or if you're a realtor, go by, tell them the Lone Ranger sent you. If you're going to Trinity Home Builders, Family Builders, then tell them the Lone Ranger sent you. All your closing costs will be covered when you purchase with them, and you'll get a great rate buy down as well. 407-250-9144 for the Lone Ranger. Again, 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com.
All right.
All right.
Loveland
We
Properties.
got a few more minutes.
Call me at 407-352-8118. If you need help with real estate planning, you've got tenants who aren't paying you rent. You've got 4 rentals. You want to know if you should have 5, or is it time to sell one, sell 4, buy one big one. I help with all these things. I do commercial real estate also, Bruce. And so I love.
You can take the weight off of somebody that wants
especially
to
on the
own
management
rental
side.
properties.
Yeah. Oh,
right. You can take the weight off. So personally, like, how often do you have trouble with tenants? Like, let's say, how many properties are you managing right now?
I'm managing just under 80, and probably bringing on, we usually bring on 10 or so a year, and 2 or 3 might get sold off. But the problem tenants, it's not about, when you screen them up front right, and we lay down the law, send them our rules and regs to enforce the lease, we don't have any issues, Bruce. I have less than 2 or 3 people a month late. Life happens. Sometimes that happens, but we got a large late fee.
But out of 80, that's
yeah, no, and literally, knock on wood, in my 30 years, I've done 4 evictions. Yeah. 2 of those were my own because I was too nice to them years and years ago.
We
live and learn.
We share that when we're teaching our leapfrog class.
When somebody's late on the rent, you post the notices and you file the eviction. You do, no matter what excuses are going on, unless there's a moving truck in front of the house and they say, okay, we're going to give you back possession. But that rarely happens.
Well, the other thing is yet there is a fee for your services to manage their rental properties. You actually will make them more money, because the biggest mistake that you and I find with people that own rental properties is, number one,
low rent.
They're not charging enough rent, and
they never raise it. They're more scared of the tenant leaving.
My tenant's a single mom, or my tenant ran into hard times, or my tenant, broke their leg and they can't make the payment. Whatever it is, you have to take the emotion out of the business.
I speak to my landlords a couple times a year, but it's usually about, hey, do we want to raise the rent? Is it time to sell? Here's your value. Here's what I think we can do with rents. I just talked to one the other day. We had a tenant. Most of our tenants, Bruce, stay about 2 to 3 years.
Well, that's what
just
you
life.
want.
That's just life. Yeah.
That's a perfect tenant.
But we got them used to, and it's funny. I think rents are kind of peaking right now. They shot up.
I think
big
so
time.
too.
They're kind of peaking. And I had somebody, we squeezed them. I raised them. They got a raise last year, a big one. And we raised them this year, and they said, hey, and I said, all right, you're great. We'll come off $100 on that. And they said, okay. Yeah. So they stayed. So there's decisions to make like that. You don't want to go vacant.
The problem with landlords, I know that rents have stabilized a little bit, but their insurance and their taxes are all going up. Yeah. So they're going to be forced to raise rent. There's no choice, you guys. There's no choice for a landlord. When their costs go up, it's going to get passed on to you. So listen, you're still better off to own your own property. And you think about this. If you think about this, let's just say you have a $400,000 home, right? And that $400,000 home went up by, let's just say 4%, right? That's $16,000 a year. $16,000 divided by 12 months is $1,333. So if you're paying, let's just say you're paying $2,000 a month for rent, but your mortgage payment would be $3,300, $1,300 more, you're actually even, because you're gaining that in equity every month. So you're not paying more, you're gaining more.
Well, I don't know any personally. I don't know any rich renters.
I've never met a rich renter other than Elon Musk.
Well, I haven't met him,
and I've never met him.
That's right.
So listen, Cleve Loveland can be reached, best real estate agent in town. We appreciate you joining us. Please call Cleve now at 407-352-8118. He will answer your call. He'll return calls. He's got buyer agents, and he will go out and market your property and give you a correct evaluation on what to market it and what repairs to make. For the Lone Ranger, 35 years in the business, 407-250-9144. Again, 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. God bless each and every one of you. Happy birthday, Paige and Chase. And Thank you for sticking with me for 30 years. Michelle, I love you so much.
All right,
You're the
guys.
best wife
Have
ever.
a great weekend. If you have any questions, give us a call. Thanks for listening.